Hey, Enzo's here again, and I'm back with some more Dwarf Fortress. We are back again in Tollboom, or Deep Home, a nice 25-year-old fortress where we left off wanting to clear out more of the caverns, which is why we currently have a dwarf running to our lever that would open up Cave 2. The problem is, I forgot I had deactivated my burrows. So let's just activate them again and make sure that, yeah, our doors are closed. So nothing can come in here the direct way. I should probably also man all the defenses. That way, when the beast finally comes in, I actually have dwarves that can fire upon it. Okay, now it should open this bridge in a second. It is open. Okay, so we know that if we're opening up Cave 1, there will be a Forgotten Beast waiting like right in front of our door. Maybe I should have checked out this as well. Ah, there's the Forgotten Beast. Okay. It should be coming soon. Why is it not moving? Oh, it is moving? What? Oh, there are two? What is going on here? Why is that Forgotten Beast not... Oh, there's a tree in the way. Oh, it is caged in by two trees. That's why it cannot move. Okay, so this one will have to get... We'll have to get it to it at some other point. I don't even know how to do that safely. Because I cannot just send a dwarf in here to fell the trees, because that dwarf would just die. And I don't want my dwarves to die. Anyway, this is the new beast. It already has vision lost, ability to grasp lost. Okay. So you can stand, I guess. So you're not prone. Okay. Which means the ballistae can hit it. Okay, now it is coming in here. And I can fire upon it. Okay. Make it just reload. And one should... Ability to grasp somewhat impaired. Is it now? Ability to stand lost. So I imagine it cannot be hit by the ballista anymore because any prone enemy cannot be hit. Just to test it. Yeah, that didn't hit. That did not hit. Oh, wait. Ability to grasp somewhat impaired. Does it mean it can now walk again? Does that mean I can hit it again? Probably, maybe. One can always hope. It comes around for the next shot. And this time just going to follow the arrow. Did it hit? I don't know. Maybe it is still prone. I cannot actually tell. Okay, let's just make sure that this one doesn't fire again. And next up, it should get into bolt thrower range, and then it should be done pretty much instantly. I mean, if we look at all the damage that has already been done, now it's getting fired upon. And it is dead. Okay. I can undo these. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to put my military in here. Okay, let me clean that up real quick. And once we are ready for the next beast, we can just go with the next one. So close up here. Keep watch. Okay. So now I can just clean up and I'll be back with you in a second for the next cave. So apparently none of the dwarves want to clean any of the blood down here. So I guess I'm just going to close up and make sure the people are ready again for the next beast. Which, as we saw earlier, is like right in front of our doors. Open, it's coming through, it's coming through. Oh wait. Please tell me nothing is coming down now. Please tell me no one is coming. Good, no one came through. It's just a practice fire. Oh. That was a hit again. Doesn't seem to have lost its ability to stand. At least it doesn't say so. What? May we get this one ready as well? Heavy bleeding. Maybe someone will come on this one? No, I guess not. Okay. So this one should shoot. And then here, I hope someone comes in early enough for this. Oof. Another direct hit. Damn. And this one right here again. What? Ah, it hit. Good. And then these should be shooting again. And it is down. Damn. I'm pretty sure that's actually rather costly in steel, considering all the steel bolts that are being lost. Okay, I'm going to clean up again, and then we can go through the cavern layers completely with our people. Because right now, as you can see, like the third cavern layer is like mostly explored. There's like a bit of stuff down here that's like not on the map. And then the second cavern layer is only partially explored. And the third one, I don't know, did I explore anything here? Oh, I explored up north a bit. Yeah, I can just fully explore it now. What the fuck is happening here? Anyway, I'm going to clean up a bit and then we can explore the cavern layers. As you can see, I didn't just clean up, I also did some renovating, and now I can finally go to the third cavern layer and explore it some more. Send my guys up here, and then I should... there are... Where can I explore? I think I explored everything up here. So it's only the bottom part, the bottom left and the bottom right. Let's see if my guys are here. Yes, they are. Give them a move command. I don't know, down here. Oh. I guess there was another beast down here. Yeah, is it trapped? Just like the other guy? Yeah, okay. It is trapped here. It is trapped here. And it is trapped here. What is its description? A gigantic monitor composed of emerald. It has 3 broad horns and it squirms and fidgets. Beware its deadly spittle. It is slow to tire, quick to heal, and rarely sick. Okay, I have no clue how to defeat that thing. without endangering a dwarf right now. I guess next up I'm just going to explore to the bottom right. I'll see you in a bit, I guess. I have explored the rest of the Cavern Layer 3, and besides the Forgotten Beast in the beginning, I haven't found anything of note. Now I just have to figure out what to do about the Forgotten Beast, maybe clean up the Cavern Layer a bit. I haven't decided yet. I'm probably just going to pick up all the skeletons, maybe. Yeah, that's probably like the first thing I should do. Essentially, unforbid everything in the Cavern Layer, and then let my dwarves go to town for a bit. Apparently, I have forgotten to stop the burrow from working, so none of my dwarves ever went outside of the base, which actually is a good thing, because another Forgotten Beast appeared. And because all my dwarves were already home, I could just close up and didn't have to worry about it. That still leaves me the problem of not having cleaned up the Cavern Layer. So I have searched for a solution, and the best solution I could find online is the deteriorate command for DFAC, which currently I have modified so that corpses, usable parts from corpses and unusable parts from corpses, so essentially all the bones and cut off stuff from beings that have died, as well as clothes, will slowly deteriorate over time. I just have to enable it. So enable wait. I am bad at spelling. Deteriorate. I think that is written correctly. My spelling is awful. Deteriorate is enabled. Okay, good. Now everything that is on the ground here should slowly deteriorate. I have also essentially made a save point here so that if it doesn't work as it is supposed to, I can just go back. For this one thing, I'm going to allow myself to cheat by going backwards because I don't actually know everything about the command. Like, does it affect clothing that is in here? Because here are also the clothing with X in here. Does it affect stuff in the refuse pile? And so on. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep a lookout on how this works. And I guess I'm going to have to defeat this Forgotten Beast with my defenses again. Okay, this fight went really poorly because all my cats decided they had to run out to Cavern Layer 3, so they all ran into the Forgotten Beast in this long hallway, and all of them died. I have no more cats left right now. I guess I'm going to have to ask for more cats from the caravan. Well, at least now the Forgotten Beast is done. Okay, I have now for the first time seen this one here. You can Masterwork of Merul Stukosser has been lost. Essentially what happened is some piece of Masterwork clothing has deteriorated because of the deteriorate command. And that's why now one of my dwarves is a bit unhappy, so I am just going to say disable clothes, I believe is the command. If I now go to deteriorate state, Status. Now clothes should be stopped again, okay. So just so everyone is aware who's watching right now, if you use the deteriorate command and you have clothes in there and one of the clothing pieces deteriorates, the dwarf gets unhappy. I haven't had that happen with the refuse stockpile. Maybe it will start happening now. I hope not. I would really dislike this to be broken because I really like not having to worry about my clothiers being unhappy because their clothing gets used up. I have also bought up 2 cats from the traders that came by. Luckily one was male and one was female. Now I'm just quickly linking them to I cannot talk. I'm linking their cages to a lever, that way I can release them. I don't actually know if I can release... Oh, wait. Oh, that's how you do it. You just place it and... Oh my god. I feel dumb now. Okay, I didn't need to do the lever. I just needed to place down... Yeah, you just need to place down the trap or the cage and then release them. Well, now I know. By now I have also managed to get 10 of each of the armor pieces so that my second squad of 10 dwarves can also be assigned the uniform. They should now all come down and get their weapons and stuff. Yeah. What is missing? Weapon and shield. I mean, I have shield and I have weapon. Where are they? Why are they not coming down here to get their stuff? Oh, they're probably asleep or something. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys, I have now my second squad fully equipped. You remember a second ago how 2 of my dwarves from the second squad didn't want to equip either an axe or a shield? Well, as it turns out, they decided they had to pick up a sword or a named sword or shield that one of the other dwarves already picked up. Like that one of the dwarves in the first squad had assigned to them and named it. The fix for that, after lots of testing, is that you had to take both squads, assign the no uniform, so essentially unassign all of their stuff, and then reassign everything. And now everything seems to be fixed, and yeah, now it is working. Now every one of my dwarves finally has stuff equipped. So yeah, that was a quick fix. If someone else has that problem, just unassign all your dwarves and assign them again. All their armor and weapons and stuff. Another quick update. I have expanded the catacombs. I still have to place down the coffins. And I have made a little trade stockpile so my dwarves don't have to walk all the way down here all the time. Every time they want to bring something up to trade. Also, it's easier because in the trade depot, stuff is usually sorted by closest to furthest. Well, I don't remember if that is the same for the normal trade menu, but I use a DF hack menu, and there it is sorted by distance to the trade depot. So having it closer just makes it easier for me to select the stuff I want to trade. I have also noticed that the bolt throwers are very material expensive, so shooting steel bolts out of them might be the most effective one, but it's also very material expensive. I'm pretty sure if I hadn't used steel bolts, my steel stockpile would be full by now. Because, yeah, I've always been buying all the steel that the Caravans have. So I guess it is time for the next Forgotten Beast. Why do I always say forbidden? I don't know. Anyway, it is time for my actual military dwarves to start earning their upkeep, so to speak. Even though the upkeep is like a lot of upfront stuff, and after that it's pretty much only the typical dwarf things of eating and drinking. But yeah, next Forgotten Beast is going to get taken down by my dwarves, who by now are very, very skilled combatants. Damn, armor user is still not legendary, but shield, axe, fighter, yeah, they should have no problem, I hope. So, I've had the way open to the second cavern for a while now, and it seems like there is no beast that can currently attack me here. So I guess I'm going to open up and explore it now. So I'm going to take my best squad and give them a move command here. I guess there's a cave spider. I just hope it's not going down to my base. You know what? Just to be sure, I am closing up the normal way again. That way, if it does come down, it will have to go through the cage traps. Just to be extra safe. Once my squad gets down, back down again, I'm probably just going to lift up the steel bridge. I'm going to put down the steel bridge again. That's it. Ah, damn it. They engaged the giant cave spider, and one of my dwarves died. Let me quickly check if anyone else is... Nah, no one else seems to have a problem with wounds or anything. It's just that one dwarf. Damn it. If I now go and say here, yeah, one position unassigned. Damn it. I guess I can lift this so that he gets quickly put back. I wish he hadn't engaged the cave spider, but I guess I was careless. Besides that, most of the caverns, most of the second cavern is now explored. Now I just have to find someone new to put in the squad. Okay, I have now explored the whole of Cavern Layer 2, and I can tell you now that for my next world, I am most definitely increasing the minimum openness, because these one by one, these one wide tunnels where there's like one tree and then you cannot get through that anymore, That has to stop. That's just... no. I think everything has been taken now from the dead. I hope so. Oh no, there are still people going. There's still all of this. Oh. Wait. Why did this troll do something and now they cannot get there, or what? Please tell me people can still get there. Is anyone going to get this thing? Okay, it's supposed to... there's supposed to be someone who's coming for that. Oh, I forgot to... sometimes I'm just dumb. I have to open the lever here, or else they're going to take an age and a half to just get there. Now they're getting bad moods as well. Not good. Think... okay. There isn't that much more. I just hope the troll stays away for a bit. What was he doing here? What the... what are there for items to put down? You just have these 2 items left, right? Okay, whatever. I'm just going to stop recording this. It's getting dumb. Now I've closed up the second cavern layer again. No dwarf seems to be lost. So everything seems to be good now. I have finally decided to finish the temple complex, which means the general temple is now... well, the walls are constructed. We have a platinum altar, silver flooring around the altar, and then obviously engraved all the walls. And then I have also created the more specific temples to different deities. So we have a temple to the safe virtues, which is essentially mercy. We have one dedicated to Usen, which is a god of the fortress. One to silence. And... no, I don't care about the naming of a shield. And I have now looked at some of the gods available, and something that I realized, or something that I've seen now, is a lot of my, like, out of my 80 dwarves, 72 of them worship a god that is about thieving, lying, treachery, and trickery. Yeah, I don't want that kind of god in my fortress, so I'm just not going to make yeah, I'm just not going to make a temple to him, even though I'm like 99% sure that what they worship doesn't influence how they behave. Yeah. I'm currently... either I do wealth and jewels or earth. I'm probably just doing wealth and jewels because they have more worshippers. Yeah, that is a temple to wealth. Yeah, and all of them are now already a temple complex because there's enough worth in there. Like the combination of silver that is engraved, as well as a silver altar, and then all the marble and obsidian. Yeah, that's pretty much enough wealth in the temple for now. I finally managed to finish my big dining room and the Dwarf Fortress logo in the middle. You might notice that in the middle, instead of having two, like for example in between the eyes, there are usually 2 pixels. In this one there's only 1. That's because this one had to be in an uneven amount of pixels, so to speak. So I had to reduce the middle 2 pixels to just 1 pixel. I still think it came out really well done. I'm not quite happy about the dark gray color of the beard, but I tried a few other colors, such as the typical gray from Gabbro, and also the more bluish one from Diorite, and I don't think either one feels right. Yeah, and this seemed to be the best color with the Cobaltite. Oh yeah, and the Marble and Cobaltite. Oh my god, that took so long to get from the Caverns. Mostly because you can at most get 4 boulders and 4 blocks, which in total makes 20 blocks, I believe, because you can make 1 boulder into 4 blocks. 4 times 4 is 16, plus the 4 you can get, that's 20, yep. So you can at most get 20 blocks from the caravan every time, and you also have to know like which color you want, so you know what kind of rock you want. I have tried a few others for the beard, as I said, I believe. Yeah, and this is the end result. I think it looks good, and also the whole thing, I believe, is now also a legendary tavern. Where does it say that? God, I wish I know. Dining hall. Where does it say what kind of dining hall it is? I mean, he should be. Yeah, he is blissful dining in a legendary dining room. Why does it not say this when you go on the details? That's kinda sad. Well, anyway, we have 2 performers in here as well. I had a tavern keeper for a while, but it didn't work out all that well. Okay. For a moment there, I thought that these 2 tiles aren't covered by this, but it is. Also, what I realized, I should put in the wall here. There. I mean, the difference is not really there because it's already a legendary dining hall, so putting more material in there for more value, it isn't really necessary, but I just, yeah. You know, sometimes it just has to be in there. Okay, that was my update for now. So I was just minding my own business, renovating my base a bit, putting in more constructed walls, constructed flooring, when I got a message, like the pop-up you get for Forgotten Beasts. And it didn't say Forgotten Beasts, so I was like, maybe it's one of the surface beasts. Like, I already have Minotaurs, an Aten, a Cyclops. I usually catch them with the cage traps I have down here. But then I read along and it's a rock. Oh my god, finally. Obviously most Dwarf Fortress players, me included, prefer dragons because dragon fire, everyone loves it. But a rock, oh my god, one more, a female one after this, and I could have a breeding pair. So poor chinchilla. Anyway, yeah, I just have to quickly make sure to open up my base, get it into a cage trap. What I really hope is that just because it's flying, it doesn't just fly over the cage traps, because it's only 1 high. I just hope the cage trap works. before it went into the base, or even had a chance to go into the base, it got one of the chinchillas, sadly. It might be chasing one of the other chinchillas now. Oops. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, it's probably chasing the chinchillas now. Let's follow it for a bit. I totally forgot about this guy. He was a cursed human that came by because I forgot to make my my temples. I forgot to put them on citizens only, so for a while it was all visitors welcome. And that meant that I got a visitor, but I then immediately made it on citizens only, so he was just staying outside the whole time. Which now means that he got eaten by a rock. Damn. Now, can the rock please come down into my base so I can catch you? Oh, he is now in my base. Maybe he's now finally coming down. Seems like it. Come on. He's on the trail. Now please, cage traps work. Please, 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 please. Works! Yes! First rock. That's nice. God. That's so nice having a rock. I have been fiddling with more work orders to make I think 3 different ingredients. What I am now making is also dwarven wheat flour. I am making dwarven sugar and I'm making dwarven syrup. Dwarven syrup is the easiest to make or to make a work order for, because everything you have to do is get the processed plants. So in the farmer's workshop you have different process plants. What you want is process plants to barrel, because the syrup is stored in barrels. Then, where is it? Process sweet pots in this case, because I have made the work order to only be done to sweet pots. And then the work order conditions is essentially just the 2 suggested conditions, which is you need the empty barrels and you need the unrotten dwarven syrup. Very simple to set up. What you have to keep in mind though is that every time a work order is done, it fills up a barrel. And dwarves aren't going to put the dwarven syrup from one barrel into another just because one still has space. As an example, if we go here, we see one has 25, another one has 15, another one has 10, and then another one has 20, and another one has 15, and another has 15, and yeah. And that's essentially why you have to make sure you only process it a few times, and you have to have the amount relatively low. In general, this task won't be done a lot, especially in a fully functioning fortress with multiple or a lot of different cookable items, because liquids are rather low on the totem pole, so they have a really low priority when it comes to cooking for dwarves. They prefer solids. And for that, I have 2 more mill orders, which were far more complicated than they should have been. If you remember, I have done the work order mill plans and then specified it for dimple cups to make the blue dye items. Midnight blue, the dimple dye, whatever. So I can make dyed cloth. And that was already a whole ordeal. Just to recap, what you need to do to not overproduce the dye. What you want to do is have 2 of the suggestions, so the amount of dyed cloth and the amount of unused dyeable cloth as usual, But then you also have amount of unrotten dye items. Why is it dye items? It should be midnight. Yeah. There. Oh. That's because I'm in the wrong task. I'm in dye cloth. I should be in mill dimple cups. Here. What you have is empty... Again, from the beginning, you have 2 suggested conditions. Amount of millable unrotten dimple cups and amount of empty bags. So what you're checking for is essentially just if you have the plant you want to mill and do you have empty bags to fill with a dye. What you also want is then to create another work order condition with this one and then leave the type as item, so no type essentially, material as no material, which is no material, and then you want the adjectives to be dye up here, type items, material, no material, adjective, dye items, and whatever color that is that your plant that you're milling is going to go through. So in this case, the color midnight blue. And then it doesn't count the actual dye that's in the bag, but instead it is... Okay, only Forgotten Beast, don't care. Instead it counts the bags. So if you have 20 bags and they aren't currently being taken by a dwarf, you can check it with this item, or if it's on a dwarf currently. So now it shouldn't be taken. If you then check amount of midnight blue dye items less than 20, we have way more. This is not satisfied for the next check. What I have then added is mill cave wheat and mill sweet pots. We are only going to go through one of them because this is a whole ordeal. But essentially what you have is, as a suggested conditions, again you have only the input materials. So the millable unrotten cave wheat and the empty bags. I'm not even checking for empty bags, I probably should be. Yeah. What you also then want is to check for the output so you don't overproduce. In this case, what you want is not a no type, no material and the 2 adjectives. What you want is a type to be powder. You want the material to be whatever you're producing. So in this case, it is dwarven wheat flour. And the adjective has to be cookable. So if I take cookable, for example, away, and then I say 1, we have most definitely more than 1. Then it says satisfied for next check, so it thinks we have less than 1. But if we then add cookable again, now it says not satisfied for next check by at less than 1. Let's change it back to 100. Now it's satisfied again because we have less than 100 dwarven wheat flour. The thing is, which is important, it doesn't count the bags. Instead, it counts the actual wheat in the bags. So in this case, if we search for wheat in our stockpile, okay, wheat flour, we see we have 23. And as long as none of them is currently being taken, then it is not satisfied here, but it is satisfied at 24. Yeah. And then you essentially do the same thing for mill sweet pots. Obviously, you also have to set the material to the correct one. I'm just going to take it that everyone knew that you have to do that. So mill plants, put the correct material to be used in there, and then set the 3 conditions, the 2 suggested ones, and the type powder, the material, what you want out of there, for example, the dwarven wheat flour, and the adjective cookable. Yeah. And now my fortress is also producing these 3 new food items: flour, sugar, syrup. God, that's what doesn't hold That was a whole ordeal to do. I think it took like 3 takes to get all of this stuff. Enjoy. I have decided that I can get my population a bit higher without influencing the FPS too much. So I have added 20 more bedrooms, and now I can go into my settings and get the strict population cap up to 100. My guess is, I don't actually know, is that the population cap is for immigrants, and the strict population cap, since it says includes births, I'm guessing that I can now increase my population by 20 more through people or dwarfs being born. Well, dwarfs are people. You know what I mean. Yeah, so let's see how that works. If that doesn't work out as I wanted, I can always just change the population cap, not just the strict population cap, to 100 as well. Yeah. I have also done some research on temples, because for a long time I asked myself, why is there no priest in here? For one, I just realized it's actually written right here why there is not, but because I'm a gamer and I don't read, I went to the wiki and read it there. A simple explanation is, when you click on the plus sign to make a new zone and then click on new temple, there are essentially 3 types of temples you can make. You can make a general temple, which is no specific deity. You can dedicate the temple to a specific god, and you can dedicate a temple to a specific religion. So white is no specific deity, obviously. All the blue ones are specific deities, and the yellow one, that's specific religions. The more okay, and obviously only the religion can have the priesthood. As you can see here, only organized religions can have recognized priesthoods. This is dedicated to the god, the save virtues. And this is obviously not no particular deity, so also cannot have a priesthood. And so then why would you go for the different ones? Well, if you do no specific deity, you don't have to do a second temple or anything, because every dwarf can do their thing there. Every dwarf can pray to every deity in the general temple. But they get happier if they can pray to in a temple that is dedicated to their specific god. And they get even more happier, so their best thoughts essentially, when they get to pray in a temple that is dedicated to their religion. I personally don't see a reason to make a temple for a specific religion if there's like no request for it. And even then I'd be mostly meh about it. Anyway, that's what I learned about temples in my recent reading journey through the wiki. I have taken now a look at all the footage I already have for this video, and I realized that it's almost already at the 50-minute mark, if we're not already over that, because it was at like 49 something. So I guess I should just finish what I started, and that is finish exploring the last cavern. For that, I obviously have to defeat this Forgotten Beast, and I don't actually know if there's any other Forgotten Beast in the first cavern layer. Third, obviously that one is not there. Ah, this one is, I believe, stuck down here. Yeah, it is stuck between those two trees, so I don't have to fight it. This one is stuck. This one is also stuck. This one is also stuck. Damn, lots of forgotten beasts that are stuck. So I have to defeat one forgotten beast. I guess they do kill each other when they are like in range of each other. So anyway, I'm just quickly going to man the stations, going to feed that beast, and then I can finish exploring the first cavern layer. Which, I mean, there's not much left to explore anyway. And that should be it for the beast, because it's now getting machine gunned down, and it is done. Okay. Let them quickly fill this up. There shouldn't be a second beast out there. At least I'm not seeing anything that came down here. So I can just quickly open up this entrance here. This one here. Okay, good. For a moment I thought I had forgotten again to activate the burrow, but it was always activated. Okay, then now it's just a time for exploring the caverns, or the last cavern. I don't know if anyone remembers me complaining about these one-by-one passages where now lots of forgotten beasts are also trapped by trees. All the way to the left here, I couldn't get my dwarves to look here because the passages, the one-wide passages, were closed by trees. So I got my miners and essentially widened a few of the passages so I could just get there. And also for the northeast, I've done the same here. So now I just have to get all the boulders here. And then I'll have finished exploring all 3 cavern layers, which technically was the goal of this episode, I guess. Even though at first I wanted to clear out the caverns, but I realized there were too many forgotten beasts spawning in. Yeah. Also, I got lucky that the one forgotten beast that did spawn spawned in cavern layer 2 and not 1. No dwarfs lost. Before I finish this episode, there is one more thing I would want to show you, because in a previous video I got a comment about mods, or rather I was informed that there is a problem or a bug with military and equipping boots. I already knew about that one, and I've actually used a mod to fix that bug. So now I have retroactively already included a mod list in every one of the descriptions of the previous videos, and I'm going to include that mod list in this video again. But I want to give you all the information of the mods I'm using and why I am using them. So for that, I just have to go into the mods, and here are all the installed mods. I use better instruments because I do not like the randomly generated instruments. I'm sure they're nice for some people, I just don't like them that much. Tobb's armor statues, which includes a new statue, which also has a new sprite for dwarves in armor. I like it. I sometimes use the statues for decoration. More book titles. Once you create a new world, authors or any civilization has a number of titles that it can write. But once a title has been written, it cannot be written again by another author. So to have more variety of books, I have added this mod for more book titles. Less busy floors. I disliked the engraved floor dwarven face. So yeah, this is for that, so that the sprite of the floor, of the engraved floor, looks different. Interface tweaks, that changes the sprite of the UI to show the hotkeys. The thing is, those hotkeys are set in the interface tweak. So if you have changed the hotkeys that this mod shows you aren't the hotkeys you have anymore. So that one is only good for when you haven't changed any of the hotkeys. Goblins aren't immortal. I don't like immortal goblins. So that is there. See-through smoothing designations. Essentially, once if you give an order to smooth a lot of stuff, it is hard to see through there. This makes it see-through. Pretty much what you'd expect. And shaped shoes / boots, which is the mod that essentially inspired that comment, so to speak. Or rather, the bug that this fixes is what inspired that comment. So yeah, this mod is there just to fix the equipping boots for military. Yeah. And I think that's it. I hope you had fun. If you came that far, maybe a subscribe would be nice. Yeah, and I'm going to see you next time.